As the angels rejoice, sit back in harmony. Against the perpetrators, exercise this armory. And I'ma make sure these devils all die. I follow every order, I ain't that Saul guy. Don't be the fall guy, plus the angels walking with me. My niggas warlords, UPK, we undefeated. Run up the scoreboards, we ain't scared to speak on the shit. Y'all wouldn't dare say, just watch the truth get broadcasted across the airways. Created tension by politicians, they on a mission. My ammunition get thrown right at my competition. AR full of attachments, just cop the new stock. Motherfucker, this our corner, go find a new block. Make the niggas that infiltrate. When you niggas see us in person, y'all ain't got nothing to say. Don't even bother, just walk the other way. I be walking with them angels, I'm thankful for my blessings. I be walking with them angels, the Lord is my protection. I be walking with them angels. I be walking with them angels. It's wartime, when we get active, that means it's straight business, made different. I love the 40, but this K different. Don't try me, one wrong move, we'll have your face missing. All my brothers raised in the steel, it's like we weightlifted. See these angels be prophecies and heal the blind. Yeah, you got numbers, but your niggas ain't real as mine. Deep on the corner, as we speak about the ending times. The white man, the devil, they gon' die for their endless crimes. They gon' die for the way they treat us, for the way they beat us, the way they made us worship white Jesus. Judgment coming to everybody that participate. The walking dead, we hypnotized in this Christian state. My people waking up, now it's time to rise and watch the lies be revealed right before your eyes. I'm walking with them angels, it's a blessing. I'm thankful for the Lord's protection. I be walking with them angels, I'm thankful for my blessings. I be walking with them angels, the Lord is my protection. I be walking with them angels. I be walking with them angels.
Yeah, you might need to get that Apocrypha too.
Drop dummy.
Yeah, you got on your phone? On your phone, Most High in Christ. Yeah, the probably best for you to go use your phone just so you can get there a little quicker. Now, please feel free to chime in anytime.
I know you wanna marry a priest, but first I gotta wait and see. You know you gotta. And I know you wanna feel my touch, but girl, it ain't no rush. I'm
since we started so late,
just
most likely I'm kind of zip through it. Zip through it, but what I mean by zip through it, maybe about an hour,
you was all in.
30, you know what I'm saying?
Not too, you start texting and calling. You ain't waste no time. Your mama
young man got questions.
When I teach about the
scriptures, you be
quiet and listen. You had a few questions, so I answer with no hesitation.
Well, you know ain't nothing wrong with asking questions.
Why we need separation? Why you can't have your kid birthday celebration? We greatly deceived by the dragon, that's in Revelation. Baby, chill, you just gotta be patient. I know your thoughts racing, it's a lot of information, but you want to learn, so I'll be glad to teach you. Cause once we locked in, I never leave you. I know you wanna marry a priest, but first I gotta wait and see. You know you gotta. And I know you wanna feel my touch, but girl, it ain't no rush. I'ma teach you just hush and just. Now it's time to move to phase 2. We've been talking for a year, you ain't changed, been the same since day 2. Attending every class, met my sisters and my brothers, put you through a couple tests, and you pass with flying colors, plus you follow my lead. You make me proud of what I molded through the pressure and correction. Go ahead
and clap it up, we're gonna go and get to it. Hey, Shalom, Israel, this is the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, on the Commander Junior YAHANNA. This is the Precinct Officer of 1000 YAHANNA. This is the I.S.U.P.K Houston Wednesday Law class. All right, so you understand? Man, you know, every now and then, you know what I'm saying, I like to teach I like to teach a refresher class. Y'all already know how I do it. Those who've been watching my classes for the past, few years know that I like to have refresher courses. And lately, um, just lately in general, I've been seeing a crazy wicked spirit on our sisters, man. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's about that time. You know, that them demons are running rampant on the earth, and it's time for them demons to, you know what I'm saying, so that they can go back into that hole that they came from. You understand? Or they can go back to Satan and say they failed their mission. That's the goal. We trying to get these demons to fail their mission. You understand what I'm saying? And as we get closer and closer, like you can tell that when you look at the signs of the times, you can tell we're getting closer and closer. You understand what I'm saying? Closer and closer. Nobody knows the day nor hour, but you can feel it. We're really close. You understand what I'm saying? With all the stuff going on, from Russia and China joining forces, from praying going against each other, which is Gog. You know what I'm saying? All these things are in the scripture, and all these things that are happening, the scriptures of the Bible specifically talk about these things are going to happen before Christ's return. Like this is how we know the signs of the times, because of these things that are going forth in the earth right now. And then another thing that's going forth in the earth right now is that spirit of wickedness among our sisters. You understand? That desire to, want to be a whore, that desire to want to be masculine, and have dominion over the men. You understand? That is a wicked and evil spirit among our sisters, man. And we have to be able to what's the word I'm looking for? We gotta cast that spirit out. You understand what I'm saying? We have to cast, like, that spirit is not welcome amongst the daughters of Zion, man. The Lord do not want that spirit on our sisters. You understand? And part of the reason why that spirit is so what's the word I'm looking for, prominent amongst our sisters, is because the spirit of homosexuality, and it's an emasculate spirit on our brothers. The more masculine our brothers are, the more our brothers are leaders and, showing that they the head, the less our women will have that masculine spirit. But see, that's the problem. It's like a reversal. The sisters are becoming super, super strong and aggressive and masculine, and our brothers are becoming weaker and weaker by the moment. You understand what I'm saying? Well, we got to cast those evil spirits. Those are wicked and evil spirits. You understand what I'm saying? And we got to cast that out. For one, you understand, and that's why I named this class Renewing of the Spirit, because you have to renew your spirit. It's not natural for a woman to be masculine, and it's not natural for a man to be feminine. Your natural biology for a man is to be masculine. It's your spirit to be masculine. You understand? Like, a lot of people that advocate for, homosexuality, or believe in you are who you are, like, they believe that you could be born with a homosexual spirit. That's not nature. That's not biology. Like, certain things are scientifically sound. Certain things that you even how the earth got, even how the earth was made is science. The Lord did it, but it's still science. You understand? And science is definitive. And one thing about science is, for a man is born with a certain organ, and a woman is born with a certain organ, and they're meant to come together so that you can procreate. You understand what I'm saying? And anything that's against that is against the Lord. It is science, it is nature, it is biology for men and women to procreate. You understand? And that's how the Lord designed it. So anything that goes against that is wicked and evil. And another thing is, there's a certain spirit that was on that the Lord gave the man, and there's a certain spirit that the Lord gave the woman. And when you go against that, that is going against the Lord. You understand? So give me Ecclesiastes 7:26. A man don't want no masculine woman. We want women to be in their natural, feminine, sweet, nice, less talkative, like all that. No, nobody want to hear that. You understand what I'm saying? No man wants to hear that. That's a lot of you sisters are single nowadays. Y'all talk about y'all independent women. You independent, okay, and you single because don't no man want to deal with you. It seems like the more money you get, the more masculine you become. A man don't care about your finances like that, because also in biology, a man is naturally a provider. A real man is gonna, now there's nothing wrong with having two incomes so that things could be a lot easier on us, because obviously we're not rich. We live like the average, most of us live average or below average as far as finances are concerned. Nobody's rich. We all live in poverty. But even with that being said, a man is still, it's in his nature to still say, hey, nah, I'm the man. Let me make something shake. Let me make, what I'm saying? It's okay, sister, if you got some money, you may make more than that brother and you contribute to the bills. But that man, a real man, is still naturally going to be a provider, even if it ain't finances. He's still going to lead that household. That whatever money you make, sister, that's that brother's money. That's your husband, because you decided to open your legs to that man. You already gave him the most precious thing you can give him. What's money? Money's nothing. You gave him the most precious thing you can offer. But see, this is the problem. Nowadays, women don't even value their bodies because they done already gave it up to so many men before they got to their husband that it has no value. That's the problem nowadays. See, if everything went according to how the Lord wanted things to go, a woman's body will be the most valuable thing on this earth. That's how it's meant to be. That's why the spirit of it is the woman feels like her sexual organ is everything, right? She feels like this is it. Like, this is all I should have to offer. You know what I mean? To a man, because she has that spirit, because it was designed for her to keep that to herself until she met her husband. Then it would hold value. But then that sister wouldn't even have to use it as a tool. You understand what I'm saying? See, if everything was designed and goes how the Lord wanted to go, then a lot of this stuff that happens right now wouldn't be happening. A woman wouldn't use her sexual organ as a tool, and a man would also value that woman because she kept her body to herself until she met him. So now it has value. Now I'm willing to pay that. And that's what the dowry for. See, that's the spirit of it all. A brother gonna pay that high dowry for something that's never been touched. Think about it. You know what I'm saying? With use and age, things become less valuable. Go ahead, DeWall.
Like if I make, sir, what you're saying is super heavy right now, because like we don't recognize how much of an imprint that the oppressor has put on our families and our women and our men, that they are going after what he is telling them to do. Like how the scriptures say, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just paraphrase, like, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. The lust of these sisters, that lustful spirit, lusting after a brother's bread, or lusting after your own desire to just bust it open for whoever and do whatever. Like the oppressor put that spirit because he was bloodthirsty, and he's like I said, he was a murderer from the beginning. Like that's why everything they do is very carnal. Right. Like the oppressor, once they meet, bleeding when they eat it. The oppressor, if they want to have perversions and homosexual sex and all type of manners of, wickedness, that's because they so carnal, and our sisters and brothers as well have bought into that carnality, and they just, just let it just go wicked.
Right. Give him a hand. Give him a hand. I'm right. Yeah, y'all got to wake up a little bit. And what's even more so heavy about what that brother said is, and just to add to it, is the spirit that's on the sisters, that masculine spirit, that spirit where she's just lusting after money, she's just lusting after that certain lifestyle. That's a spirit that really pits our sisters against us. Like the Satan has created that spirit on the earth to pit it's already what you got to look at is the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speak of. And the oppressor has created that environment to where any little thing that can cause a device between a brother, like we already against each other. You know, we already got black on black crime. Everything is like designed. The oppressor has everything designed to where we're fighting against each other. And the more we fight, because the more we fight against each other, the more we're weakening our nation. You understand what I'm saying? And this has been since the beginning. The oppressor has done this since the beginning of time, has always tried to think of things and be crafty in their counsel with trying to weaken our nation, because they know when we're at full strength, can nothing stop us. Nothing can stop our armies. Nothing can stop us as a people, because not only are we strong as a people, we also have the most high power on our side. You understand what I'm saying? So they try to do anything they can to weaken us so that they can conquer us. And that's the only way they've been able to do it. And they win every time. They conquer us every single time because they're able to get on the inside. What's the easiest way to conquer a man? Through a woman. Women are our weakness. Let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Women are our weakness. Even though I don't care how, brother, nah, man, women in general is a man's weakness. Well, look at Adam. You can't tell me since the beginning of time women haven't been our weakness. Because if that wasn't the case, then sin wouldn't have entered the world through a woman. You understand what I'm saying? Men would have been strong enough to prevent that. Go ahead.
Like if I may too, sir, like they so much of a weakness that Yahawashi had to just do away with them completely to stay focused on the mission.
Good night. Good night. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's exactly. Whole cities were wiped out. You understand what I'm saying? Because of the lust. And, you know, it all starts with, you know, having that lust for a woman to fornicate. And then, you know, of course, you know, what the oppressor being the oppressor put that homosexual spirit on the earth. You understand what I'm saying? And put that sexual deviant spirit on our brothers to where, you know, now it didn't went from us lusting after women to lusting after each other, man. You know what I'm saying? Is that evil and wicked? But the whole purpose of what I'm saying is the spirit of, you know, a brother being weak, and that's why, like I said, that's why sin was able to enter into the earth. That's why I said so. It's a very wicked and vile thing for a brother to be, you know, homosexual and emasculate. You have to be strong. We have to stand up. We're soldiers. We're designed to fight. We're designed to hunt. We're designed to lead. We're designed to rule nations as men. We're designed for that. That's our purpose. And when we allow, you know, the devices of this earth and the culture of America and all these other cultures of the spirit of our oppressor to overtake us, then we become weak. And then, you know, our sisters can run rampant, do whatever they want to do, run all over us. You understand what I'm saying? Put us on child support, just straight disrespect us, have no respect for us because we're allowing it. You understand what I'm saying? And sisters, you should not want that spirit. Like you should see your brothers, and you should see that the evil and wicked spirit that's already against us, that's hounding us every single day, trying to get us to be weak and trying to get us to, you know, turn against our God. You should see that and say, you know what? I'm gonna stand by my black man and my Hispanic man and my Native Indian man. I'm gonna stand behind him, and I'm gonna be that sister that's gonna give him the encouragement to want to be a man. See, when you try to be masculine, that's not the right spirit. The more masculine you become, the less masculine he wants to be. You understand what I'm saying? And that's because there's an evil spirit there at work. There's demons there at work. You understand what I'm saying? It's beyond your control. See, y'all see it on the surface. You think it's just, oh man, this is how things it's just this way. No, this is these are evil spirits that we have to fight every single day. We have to battle every single day. You understand? And to battle these spirits, women, you have to be in your natural state. And brothers, you have to be in your natural state. And one of them things is to not be so masculine as a woman. You understand what I'm saying? Read that scripture that I got you, that you got for me. If there's any questions, y'all paying attention to the YouTube, and we on YouTube and Facebook. Yeah, if there's any questions, y'all let me know. If y'all have any questions online, feel free to type it in the chat, and I can answer your questions. Go ahead.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, verse 26. And I find more bitter than death the woman, whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands.
Now it says, and I find more bitter than death the woman. Like that, to start off the scripture that way is, I mean, every time I read the scripture like that, it's always that new feeling of wow, like amazement of how this scripture start off. And I find more bitter than death the woman. Like, how could that be? Because every time I think about death, it's just gloomy and it's horrible. Dang, man, that's the end. That's it. That's my legacy. It's over. Like that's the last of the Mohicans, the last of anything, the last of everything. It's the end of the road. And for a woman to be more bitter than that tell you something. You understand what I'm saying? That tell you something, man. Like the woman to be more bitter than the like at the end, there's nothing left. That's it. What is more bitter than that? Like everything you enjoy doing comes to a halt. And a woman is more bitter than that? But see, there's a certain woman that's more bitter than that. It's not every woman, because if you got that right spirit, you gonna keep that, you gonna give that brother encouragement to keep going. And he ain't gonna even think about death. You understand what I'm saying? You gonna give that brother the ultimate power to be the best man that he can be, if you had the right spirit. But see, what kind of woman is that type of woman that's more bitter than death? Read from there. It says the death of the woman. I mean, Salakia, more bitter than death the woman,
whose heart is snares and nets.
Whose heart is snares and nets. What is snares and nets? Young man, you wanna give it a shot?
Traps.
What it mean? Traps. Give him a hand. You understand what I'm saying? Give him a hand. That's exactly what it is. You understand? This woman is setting you up for a trap. She said she's trying to trap. Like, and you know what's so heavy about these scriptures is we talk like the Bible is, you could tell it's for Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. Because the first thing a brother do when he get him a woman that's horrible, like, dang, she trying to trap me. Like, that's what a woman is known for, setting you up, trapping you. You understand what I'm saying? Well, not all women are known for that, but it you know what I'm saying? That's the first a brother gonna think. You know what I'm saying? When she presents herself as this wonderful thing, and the next thing you know, he find out that she's a damn she's the seed of Chucky. You know what I'm saying? And once he find out she the seed of Chucky, he like, oh man, she done set me up. The bride of Chucky. Good night. I'm just trapped now. I'm stuck. Because once you lay with that woman, that's exactly what you are. You are trapped. You are in a snare. You understand what I'm saying? Keep going.
And her hands as bands.
You see that? And her hands as bands. Something to resist, like to keep that, like to restrain you. You understand? Like, go ahead.
I've been there. Like this one, I feel it.
Uh-huh.
You know, because I felt it. And the bands is like, when you need that space, you know, it's getting hot. I don't want you crossing the line. You're being masculine. You know, I don't want to put my hands on you.
Right.
You're bucking like a man. When men buck at each other, they fight.
Mm-hmm.
And so, as you know what, I got to step away.
Right.
But those bands get a hold of you, and they keep you from walking out the door.
Yeah, we got to find out what's going on. I've been noticing that my mic is a little low too. I don't know exactly what it is. If you could try to see if you could turn mine up too, Baba Gashaw. Yeah, like what the young man was saying, exactly. I definitely understand what you're saying, young man, because that's exactly what it is. You understand? Like, her hands is bands, because what happens is, you know, she's trying to keep you restrained. Like you said, you know, they'll push you to the limits. They'll push you to the point where it's like, man, provoke you and do all type of things to put you in a bad situation. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like you trying your best to resist. Yeah, that sounds good. That's more better for him. I don't know. For me too, I think it's a while. Most High in Christ. You know, that's exactly what that is. It's all just about traps. It's just basically she's trying to keep you trapped, and it's trapped in that wickedness too. It's more so just, it's not even just more so less physical, but more mental. You know what I'm saying? More spiritual. She's keeping you trapped, like spiritually, like in that wickedness. Because the more wicked she is, guess what? It's gonna rub off on you. It may cause you to do wicked things. It may cause you to want to do some wicked things to her. You understand? It's all set up to where wickedness can thrive. That's the whole point. As long as wickedness is thriving amongst you and that sister, or amongst our brothers and sisters, or amongst each other, then Satan is winning. The demons are winning. You understand what I'm saying? And what I mean by Satan is winning, there's no such thing as Satan being against the Most High, but Satan is winning because his job from the Most High is to get you to lose. That's his job. His job is to get you to lose, to get you to sin, to get you to, you understand, not follow the Most High or to sin against the Most High. But don't get it twisted. He's working for the Lord. He's there to weed you out. You understand? You have to choose what you're going to be, either a wheat or a tare, because he's there to weed you out for sure. But I understand exactly what you're saying, brother. We all go through it. You understand? Keep going.
Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her.
You see that? Whosoever, read it again.
Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her.
You see that? Whoso pleases God shall escape from her. How do you think, like, what's so heavy? Like, you know, this scripture is right now is like super heavy for me right now, because, you know, I know exactly how this feels. When you have a wicked woman, you understand what I'm saying? And you just, you all about pleasing the Lord, and you all about standing 10 toes down for this truth, and you all about, you know, serving the Most High with all your with everything. You understand? The Lord is going to make a way for you to get out of that trap. But the more you fall into sin, and the more you know, that's how you can tell when brothers ain't doing right, because they be stuck with that woman. They be stuck in that trap, and you can see it on them. Brothers got to get right. You need give me a precept. Given unto a wicked man, a portion is given unto a wicked man, something like that. You stay where you at, young man. This is heavy, because in that precept that he finna get is heavy, because it all correlates with, you know, the more righteous you become. If you got that wicked sister, the Lord will separate you from that sister. The Lord will get you out that trap. The Lord will get you out that snare. He will remove, you know, it's nothing wrong with that. You know, at the end of the day, when you lay with a woman, you got to stay with that woman. But if this woman is causing more, like, if this, like, look at what Job had to go through. You know, this woman told him to cuss the Lord and die. You understand? What kind of woman? Like a real sister would have stood by her man. Through the even when you get married in America, and say, to death do you part. Like it names a whole bunch of different vows that you must go by before, you know, anything happens. You know, through sickness and health, for rich and for poor, for, you know, to death do you part. Why is that important? You know what I'm saying? It's important because in all reality, like the scriptures say, you can't leave them. You got to stick to it. Death is the only thing that could separate you from it. But if that sister is being in the Lord, because if that sister is being wicked and you trying to serve the Lord, if she's trying to take you away from serving the Lord with her wickedness, the Lord is going to remove that trap. The Lord is going to remove that snare. And I'm a living witness of it. And I see brothers in this truth that's a living witness of it. Most High in Christ, Barakatah Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. You understand what I'm saying? I'm so thankful for that, because there's no other way to escape it. When you in them snares, man, there ain't no way to escape that. Go ahead, DeWar. Oh, yeah, get that precept for me.
It's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 26. I'm gonna start at verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
And harlot shall be accounted as spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to her husband.
Good night.
Verse 23. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
You see that? A wicked woman is given into a portion to a wicked man. So that's why you can't get rid of that sister that's being that just you know, full of evil and full of wickedness and full of demons. That's why you can't get rid of her. That's why you see these brothers in the world. That's where you get over toxicness. You understand what I'm saying, in the relationship? Now, how can I put this? Whatever you do in your relationship, that's how y'all run your relationship. So if y'all like it a little toxic, it's okay. You understand what I'm saying? But there's a such thing as being over toxic or too much toxicity. And it causes you to do things, unthinkable things. You understand? Even when it's causing you to sin, then it's too much. You need to cut it out. As long as it's not causing you to sin, there's no law against it, right? Because we make up that word toxic. All it is just, you know, a relationship where, you know, it may get out of hand. You get a little, like, no relationship is perfect. Y'all gonna be at odds with each other. There's gonna be arguments, but the point of it is you got to work through it. When it's when it's like too much toxicity, you can't really work through it. You understand what I'm saying? It get to a point where you just tired of looking at that woman. You don't even want to be around her. She don't even want to be around you. She like, you just dread looking at each other. You understand what I'm saying? That's when it's too much. When a brother feel like he'll rather go into a lion's den to go home than to go home, it's sister, something's wrong with that. A brother should want to come home. Women always talk about they want their man to come home. They don't want their man. Like, you know, you get these women in the world always talk about, I don't want to share my man. Well, sister, for one, a brother has the choice, you know, to have multiple wives. That's the Lord. The Lord gave a man that choice, first of all. But a brother don't have to do it. There's men that don't want multiple wives. And those men that don't want multiple wives, you should do whatever you can to make him want to come home. You should do that regardless, even if he has multiple wives. But the point is, you always complain about, you know, what you worried about what your man doing. If you were doing what you were supposed to do, then you wouldn't have to worry about your man, you know, not coming home to you. See, grandma, great grandma, and all, they didn't, grandmama, whatever you want to call her, Nana or whoever, they didn't give a damn about what grandpa was doing. They knew grandpa was coming home, though. Whatever he did out in them streets, he did out in them streets. But when it was time to come home, he came home. Why is that? Because grandmama was a real woman. She was feminine. She made sure the house was taken care of, the kids were taken care of, and she knew that she created a peaceful environment for when Pawpaw came home, he can get in his rocking chair and he can kick his feet up and he can read his book, or he can watch his Sanford and Son or whatever it was they were watching back, MASH, or you understand them old 1960s. Y'all understand what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Grandpa Paul, when he sit there in that chair and he be half woke, had a little beer in his hand, he fall asleep with the beer in his hand, toes be all crusty, he don't give a damn because he at peace. And Grandma Mo made it that way. The grandchildren ain't really running around doing nothing crazy because Grandma Mo got them in line. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's the environment. That's a peaceful environment for everybody, even the kids. That's why the kids always wanted to go to Grandma's house. You understand what I'm saying? Because Grandma Ma was a real woman. She was real, she was feminine, and she wasn't trying to be the man. She knew who her husband was, and she created an environment for that man to come home and that man have peace. And that's the type of man you want, and that's what you want to do, because guess what happens if an intruder walk in that door? That man is gonna willingly lay his life down for whoever in that home. He gonna willingly do it because he know he got something special in his home. You understand what I'm saying? That a man naturally wanna, like, we wanna go out and fight and go to war for what's ours. But if you constantly giving this man problems, why would he want to fight for you? Why would he want to die for you? That's a dreadful thing. It's your duty to die for this woman, and this woman is being a monster. That is dreadful. Like, you know, you like, dang, one day if it do happen, I gotta die for her. And she is straight up. I'm just gonna say it, y'all. Excuse my language, but she's just a straight up bitch. Why would any man want to die for that? But that's his duty. And guess what? If the duty calls, she's gonna want him to do it too. So why don't you be that woman that you're supposed to be? And at any time, if y'all online, y'all know how I do my classes. I like for y'all to interact. So if y'all have any questions or y'all have any comments, go ahead and ask in the chat. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead and interact with the chat. Young man Gerald, I see you. Sister Katrina, I see you. Shayla. Let me see if I can pronounce this good name. Salakia. Ra'ah Ha'awar, Most High in Christ. You understand what I'm saying? Mari, Most High in Christ. Yeah, y'all go ahead. This is on YouTube, so if y'all want to interact, y'all got any questions, go ahead and type it in the chat. You understand what I'm saying? We just, and this is not to bash our sisters, because first of all, in the I.S.U.P.K, we love our sisters. Nobody in their right mind would even think about raising a pinky to our sisters. You understand what I'm saying? The reason why we have to have these classes, though, is because this is going to strengthen the nation. This is going to strengthen the nation, strengthening the relationship between a brother and a man and a woman. That's going to strengthen you. Believe it or not, that's going to strengthen the nation, because that's what it's all about. That unity that a man and a woman has, that's going to, like, think about it. When a brother come home and he know he got him a good woman and he got a good wife, guess what? That's going to make him want to go out there and conquer the world. Every time he got to get up and leave out that door, he going to be happy to go out and conquer the world and take the weight of the world on his shoulders. Because when he get back home, he can release all that weight. It's like a jacket. As soon as he get in the house, he can take that jacket off and he can sit down, and she going to be there to massage him and, talk nice to him and sweet to him. She's smelling all good. You understand what I'm saying? Smelling like cocoa butter. Y'all know what I'm talking about, Sister Dove and cocoa butter. You understand what I'm saying? And good food. That's what the house smelling like. You understand what I'm saying? The house is smelling like good fried chicken, Dove, and cocoa butter. Listen, that is heaven in hell, right? You understand what I'm saying? That is heaven in the midst of hell. That brother then came out of hell and stepped right in heaven. That is like when they say knocking on heaven's door, that's his home. When he get home, that's heaven's door. That him opening that door and coming inside, that brother is in heaven. You understand what I'm saying? Sister Jessica, I see you. Shalom, sis. You understand what I'm saying? That's the type of environment that you want to create for your brother, for your man. Think about it. You gave him the most important thing to you. You gave your body to him. You understand what I'm saying? Everything else shouldn't even compare. So it shouldn't be hard for you to go and cook a meal for him when he get home and, take his clothes and wash his clothes. And, for some brothers, they want you to massage their feet. I'm not one of them brothers. I don't touch my feet. But you understand, if that's what your man like, then, hey, Most High in Christ. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead, DeWar, you had something?
Hey, Salaki, so I had a precept on what you were saying, and I'm still got a little bit left on that Ecclesiasticus too, if you want that too.
No. That was good on that.
Okay, come on.
Go ahead and get that precept you had.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 15, verse 10. Correction is grievous unto him that forsaketh the way, and he that hateth reproof shall die.
Yep, I already had that one in the chamber. You understand what I'm saying?
Sir,
it's all good. It's the same
so heavy about, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you was like, you ain't trying to go too hard, but we as men have to constantly give that correction, because we don't want our women to die. We don't want the snare, like the oppressor has set snares for our sisters and us alike. So if we don't correct the woman, you might go out there and think it's okay to have a hot girl summer and become another nigga's rib that's so toxic that he beating you to smithereens, and you like it, and you just gonna get beaten. Y'all so toxic that you like getting beat, and he beating you, and you gonna die from it.
Good night, man. And it's crazy because, and that's what I mean. Like, when it becomes to the point where you going against how the order, the natural order of things, how the Lord wanted to be, then, it's time, something has to change. It's time to get counsel, and figure that out. But what's crazy about the hot girl summer thing is I was actually finna go into that. Give me 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 3. You understand what I'm saying? Like, it all starts, like, renewing your spirit, sisters. It all starts with, it starts from the basic essentials, because a lot of that masculinity or that combative spirit, it comes with the things that you wear, the things that you decide to put on, the things that you see, the things that you it's like everything around you see it, and that's what you become. You put on the ways of the world when you should put on the ways of the Lord. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what this scripture is talking about. Read what you got.
1 Peter chapter 3, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Whose adoring, let it not be that outward adoring of plaiting the hair and of wearing of gold, or of putting on of apparel.
Who want to break that down for me? You want to give it a shot, young man? What do you think that means?
The outward, like it's out on the outside. You want people to see it like a sign on your store. So it's you want eyes on you. You want attention.
Right. You said, but it says, so start it reading from the top real quick.
Whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning.
Right. So it says, who's adorning, meaning this is the type of spirit that you shouldn't put on. You understand? Let it not be. You see? Let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting the hair and the wearing of gold and the putting on apparel. You see how doing these things could also ruin your spirit? It could make you feel like you said, have a hot girl summer. Oh, I want to, I got to go out and have this long horsehair. You understand what I'm saying? I got to get the best. I got to get the cute. And there's nothing wrong with wearing weave. Let me get this understood. Just hear me out, sisters, before y'all start to, you know what I'm saying? Before y'all start to hate me, just hear me out. Let me finish the whole thing. Because ain't nothing wrong with weave. Ain't nothing wrong with, wanting to look nice. But it's the combination of things. You want to put on that long Cuban, you know what I'm saying? That the best of the best. You want to wear your booty shorts so damn high, they look like panties. You understand? You might as well go outside naked. They started to make clothes like, I don't even understand. They starting to make the clothes to where you can't even give it a name. Those are not even shorts anymore. What is shorter than short? What is there a word for shorter than shorts? You understand what I'm saying? Like, they're not even shorts no more. You understand? Give me a second. Like, you want to go put on something that's shorter than shorts, and then you want to wear, they got stuff where it covers just your nipple, where the rest of your breast is hanging out. You understand what I'm saying? You be all out in the heat, throwing your booty all over the place, funky as hell. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the spirit. So there's nothing wrong with wearing weave, sisters, if you got the right spirit. Because that's what this is talking about. It's not about what you putting on. It's the fact that you letting what you put on cause you to have a wicked spirit. You're falling into that trap of, okay, I gotta do this. I gotta be. You listening to city girls, you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with listening to rap. But if you're being influenced by it, you want to be a city girl and you want to have a hot girl summer, that's against you. What man on earth is going to want you after that? What man on earth is going to want to marry you after that? And if you marry, you should be a damn shame of yourself. That is not the spirit that, the Lord has put on you as a daughter of Zion. You're supposed to cover your body. Your body is not to be shown to nobody but your husband or future husband. And that's what this is talking about. Who's adorning, let it not be that of platinum. It's naming basic things, but that's the spirit of it. That's the gist of it all. You had something?
May I?
Hold on, give me 1 second. Just hold that thought. Go ahead. Are you good? Go ahead, young man.
I just wanted to share a verse. I wanted to share a verse that I remember all the time, and I always remember it. When I remember it, I always think about Hot Girl Summer. And if I may.
Yeah, let me see what you're trying to bring out.
Isaiah chapter 3, verse 16. May I read it?
Go ahead. I want to hear what you.
Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks,
right,
and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Right.
That's and see, this is the thing. This is when keep reading.
I continue from there. I only had that pulled up. I got.
Oh, that's all you got?
Yeah.
Read it from the top.
Moreover, the Lord said, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet.
Right. This is a direct precept to what we just read. It's a direct precept, and it all correlates with Hot Girl Summer, Freaknik. You know what I'm saying? I forgot about the Freaknik. These sisters getting exposed with this Freaknik documentary. These sisters that are now, you know, teachers and lawyers, and you know, trying to act all innocent, you know, prestigious, and you know, they all covered up now. But back then, what was that? It was in the 90s. What was the Freaknik? Listen, in Atlanta, man, look, a lot of you sisters, some of y'all children are gonna see some things that they don't want to see. You understand what I'm saying? You know, and that's because in your past you was a whore. See, that's why it's good to never ever be a whore, because it's gonna catch up to you. You can't run from it. Go ahead.
It's like, if I could, sir, like, you see the detrimental effects of having a woman as a whore in your household when you look at like the whole Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith family. Like the boy is mad confused, trying to date the goddamn Tyler the Creator, and talk about, you know what I'm saying, he mad transgenderish, the daughter mad masculine, and got the emo, you know, they in there watching their mom whore out to their friends, watching they father be effeminized. So now the girl is extra masculine, the boy is extra feminine. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the Wayne Wade and goddamn Gabrielle Union. You see the house all out of order.
Absolutely.
Because, and now they can't function. Now it's a regular oppressor that's just, you don't even think of, he ain't even got to be rich. He just a survivalist oppressor can just wipe them off. They have no defense even with their money. And we know that money is a defense, but they just defenseless against a actual man, a real threat. Right on, sir.
Right, give him a hand. You know what I'm saying? That's absolutely correct. You understand? Because when you gotta give, you know, y'all give it up, man. When, you know, when brother make a good point, you understand what I'm saying? We want to give that brother, you know, give a brother a hand, man. You know, the whole point of what the brother is saying, and what he's saying is so heavy, is the house then became so emasculated that now the oppressor has succeeded in making that house a non-threat. Now that man can't protect the home. You understand? It's no different from removing the man from the home. But in this way, you keeping the man in the home, but you just making him so weak that he can't protect the home. So there's different plans and devices and strategies in place to just make the black household weak. Whether it be removing him, putting him on child support, throwing him in jail, because there's some men that ain't going. There's some men that ain't going to be dumbed down and weakened down. So those type of men, you got to throw them in jail. You understand? You got to put them on child support. That's the only way to weaken them. But then you got some men who cooperates with the system, who looks at, you know, at one point he was masculine, but then society just transformed. Guess what? If you too masculine, you get counseled. So instead of that brother wanting to be counseled, i.e. Dwayne Wade, you understand? Instead of him wanting to be counseled, now he just goes along with it because his son wants to be a damn homosexual, flaming homosexual. You understand what I'm saying? It's so disgusting. Like alternative lifestyle. That's what we got to say. Good night. You can't say the H word no more. Good night. Well, this class might be, well, Salakia. You understand? But alternative lifestyle or genderless, gender fluid. You understand what I'm saying? Gender fluid. You like that just don't even sound like a man can't even be solid. You got to be gender fluid. You understand what I'm saying? A cis man. Like they got all these different terms, you know, and it's just so bad. You understand what I'm saying? Shayla says, exactly, my cousin has reached a high level of masculinity as a woman. She is now in a lesbian relationship. Good night. You understand? All her estrogen is just then you know what I'm saying, then transformed into testosterone. So much so that she said, oh, you know what? I gotta go get me a woman. And that's exactly, you know, that's the whole point of our oppressor. You know, it's just to change your mind, to transform your mind into making you believe that this is the way, to turn evil good and good evil. You understand what I'm saying? Us going out teaching against this stuff, we can't even say that. We can't even say, you know, homo sex you alls. You understand what I'm saying? You can't even say that. You have to say alternative lifestyle. And it's that bad, or guess what? These little words trigger a certain algorithm that's going to shut you down because you can't even speak against it in America. That's how bad it's become. You understand what I'm saying? And you know what? For that sister, man, the crazy thing about these lesbians, can I say that? I can't say lesbian, but lesbian is not even a bad word. Good night, brother. Well, for these sisters that want alternative lifestyles, you understand what I'm saying? It's even worse when they get into an alternative lifestyle relationship because they become like their mixture of estrogen with the little testosterone that they have, they become worse than abusive men. They like women, listen, woman on woman abuse, domestic violence is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. Now, and I've seen some crazy domestic violence or disputes between a man and a woman. When it becomes a woman on woman, it is the most craziest thing I've ever saw. I'm talking about, I've seen a woman bite chunks out of a woman before. Like they fighting each other so hard like cats. Have you ever seen two alley cats fighting? They damn near fighting to the death. You understand what I'm saying? And by the time it's over, they be all messed up, both of them. And that's how these women, like the can I say stud? Good night. I'm just making a show, so like it. I just want to make sure, you know what I'm saying? I ain't say, you know what I mean? I ain't say the word that rhymes with Ike. You understand what I'm saying? But yeah, you know, the studs, you know, they be beating up on, I mean, it be bad. They be thinking they dudes, so they gotta go overboard. You know, when you look at a man that wants to live an alternative lifestyle as a woman, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So when you see them, why do you think they go so hard doing it? That's how you can tell them. That's how you can tell you, like, you know what it is. Like, I know what that thing is because it's trying too hard to be a woman. You have to go extra hard because you know your natural enzymes in your body, you have natural testosterone. So that testosterone is fighting against your body is fighting against itself. You understand? Your mind, everything is just going against itself. So you feel like you got to go extra hard to really look like a woman and feel like a woman and be a woman. And the same thing with the women that live an alternative lifestyle as a man. You understand? They got to try so hard to be a man. They sag harder. They be like trying to walk all harder. They take they breasts down real hard to where they damn near going to get breast cancer just by strapping their stuff down. You're going to give yourself breast cancer because you're trying to be flat-chested. You understand? Like, it's crazy because I know y'all probably laughing at me, but I'm serious. You know, I just seen that it was an update video. I know that this video is old, but it was an update video with that girl that the one that said I'm legally blind. The one that, huh?
Hold it down.
Yeah, and P.O.P. hold it down. Her name is Donna, I think Goodo, right? That's her name. And she was like, I'm a female. Like, if you see the original video, the Law's hemming her up. And she like, I'm a female. So in the update video, she's going to explain why she said that. She's saying it because the cop thinks she a dude. So she like, I'm a female. First, now she want to play the female card. You want to be a man so bad that the cop think you a man. You look like a man. You know, the cop think you a man, and you like, I'm a female. No, don't be a female now. But now she said, she said she had to lift up her shirt. So she said she saw the little, what's the thing they be wearing? She said she had the sports bra. She said I had the little sports bra on to show my little breast because he thought I was a female. He was like, oh, he seen my little breast. He was like, oh, you are a female. You understand what I'm saying? They be trying so hard to be a man. But see, when you put yourself in a man's situation, now you trying to, I'm a female. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's why even try to be a man in the first place? That go to show you. Why try to be a man in the first place, man? You understand? It's just not right. You're going against everything natural. You are insane. You have a mental disability. Like when you have to alter yourself, not only do you, if you're a man and you want to be a woman, you hate men and you hate women because you clearly hate yourself because you're a man and you don't want to look like a man. So you want to look like a woman, but then you hate women because you want to be with men. It's just, it's sickening. It's a mental disability. Go ahead.
So like if I may, sir, so heavy, like that POP, hold it down, bro. Like you were saying, like how, but the spirit of how she wanted to like show that she was a woman because the pressure got turned up too tight for too much. Mm-hmm. Shows like the spirit in all of these sports that's coming out, like how the women swimming got overtaken by the transgender man, and you know the cyborg came in beating up the women, and
might not be able to say transgender. I don't know. Can we say that?
God damn.
Can we?
You can't even talk. Like you can't even talk.
It's gonna be real tough. We're gonna be talking like we have to start doing sign language pretty soon. We have to teach class
in living color. How they
there's actually, you know, I just want to state this in the middle of, and this is something you might want to look into. There's actually another social media platform that emerged called Rumble. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but rumble.com, you don't get censored on there. So there might be another avenue that we might have to take advantage of because this is becoming ridiculous. You know, we can't even have a conversation about normal words that's not even what's the word? Attacking, you understand what I'm saying? The alternative lifestyle. Like it's crazy. But go ahead, Salaki.
No. Sorry, I'm definitely looking into that. But yeah, I was just piggybacking off your point. Like men's, our natural thing is to be competitors. Like we compete, right, which is why all of our sports and competitions are at a higher level of competition. Because that's why the women are complaining when these alternative lifestyle men are coming into their competition because they can't compete to that level.
Right.
So it should just show that our sisters like to have you shouldn't try to compete with your man. You putting on a spirit that the Lord don't want you to have because you ain't supposed to be on that level. So
absolutely. No, that's absolutely what we was at on Peter.
We finished with Peter, but I pulled up the rest of Isaiah if you wanted me to read that.
No, go ahead and go back to Peter. Let's go to, let me see.
I was on chapter 3, verse 3.
Yeah, let's read it down. Let's go to 4.
4. 1 Peter chapter 4. But let it be the hidden man of the heart.
And this is how you know one thing about it, because sometimes I get, you know, sisters that like to combat the scriptures, and they wonder why the scripture says man. They wonder why the scripture always say man when it pertains to giving the law, or it doesn't say woman. It doesn't, you know, it doesn't say woman do this. Like it's not directed to them. They feel like this is talking about the law only applies to a man. No, this how you know that this applies to the woman, because then you would say there's got to be contradictory, because this is a man not supposed to be, you know, we know this is talking about a woman. 1 Peter chapter 3 is talking about a woman. So why would it say, but let it be the hidden man of the heart? Because man in this instant is talking about male and female, mankind in the word. Short, man in this instance is short for mankind, meaning male and female, but in this instance, it's talking about a woman. So when you see the word man in the scriptures, it's not just talking about a man. It could be talking about a man, or it could be talking about a woman, or it could be talking about mankind in general. I just wanted to point that out for, you know, for the sisters that's watching. You know, when you see scriptures that says, you know, man doesn't mean it's talking directly to only men. It pertains to a man or a woman. It's just the law, period. Go ahead.
But let it be the hidden man of the heart.
And we know, and another thing is, we know it's talking about women, because if you read the whole chapter, this is talking about women. Chapter 3 all the way down is all about women. And then when you get to 7, then it says, likewise, ye husbands. But I just want to point that out for any sisters that want to try to combat this and saying this is not talking about women. This is definitely talking about women. Just because it used the word man, it means mankind. But in this instance, it's talking about one man. I just want y'all to understand that. So go ahead, Salakia.
But let it be the hidden man of the heart in that which is not corruptible.
It says, but let it be the hidden man of the heart in that which is not corruptible. What is your heart? Your mind. So it's all about a mindset. So you see city girls and you want to be in that mindset. And it says, don't do that. That's chapter 3, verse 3. Whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning of plaiting of the hair and the wearing of gold and putting on of apparel, like not wearing the coochie, the little coochie short. I guess I'm gonna say coochie shorts or hoochie shorts, but they really not even shorts. Like I say, they worse than the coochie shorts because our mamas and grandmas wore that. What they got nowadays is not even clothes. It's like you might as well just put on a couple of leaves and, you know, go out with a tree branch or something. That's all they wearing nowadays. But it says, but don't let it be that, meaning don't let you have that mindset of a city girl, but have this mindset, which is be the hidden man of the heart. Keep going. In that which is not corruptible. Go ahead.
Even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit.
Even the ornament. What is an ornament? Something that you dress up something with. It's an ornament. It's like, you know, a token of, hey, I put this here. This makes this looks nice. It's an ornament. It's like a compliment to whatever you get putting it on or giving it to. You know, this ornament, meaning the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit. Let me dress this one. Like, let me dress myself up with a meek and quiet spirit. That's going to compliment me because that's what an ornament does. You know, I hate to use this example, but when we was in the world and we was decorating Christmas trees, you put ornaments on that Christmas tree to make it look nice, to make it look, you know, in the Christmas spirit. Well, guess what? To be in the Lord's spirit, you need to dress up yourself with an ornament of a quiet and meek spirit. You understand what I'm saying? Keep that same energy when you was in the world, dressing up Christmas trees and dressing up cakes and, you know, decorating a house for birthdays, and, you know, keep that same energy when it comes to decorating yourself. You understand? With the Lord, with the righteous spirit of the Lord. And it starts with an ornament of a meek and quiet spirit. Go ahead.
Which is in the sight of God of great price.
Look at that, which is in the sight of the Lord, a great price. So now, are you going to care about what city girls are doing, or what in the sight of what city girls think? You think that's what who you trying to please, or you trying to please the Most High? Because it ain't about what I'm saying. This is not Officer Habanah's wishes. These are not, you know, I'm not telling you to do this because I want to see it. I'm telling you because in the sight of the Lord, it is a beautiful thing. You understand what I'm saying? You're supposed to be dressing yourself up so that the Lord can see you and see that it's beautiful. Just like when you looked at that Christmas tree and you was like, oh my God, that is a beautiful Christmas tree. I put all these ornaments on it. I put these lights on it. That is so nice. Wow, look at that. Well, guess what? The Lord is looking at you and he's like, ugh, this is horrible. Yeah, this is horrible. But guess what? When you start to dress yourself up, you put that meek and quiet spirit on. You put that spirit of, you know, submission on to your husband. You put that spirit of wanting to serve your nation. That's what the Lord see that as a great sight. You understand what I'm saying? And if I were y'all, I would want the Lord to look at me with that admiration. That's who we pleasing. That's who it's about. He's the most high power. He's the reason why you have everything that you have. Keep going.
For after this manner, in the old time, the holy women also who trusted in God adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands.
It says, for after this manner, meaning the previous verse that we read, meaning putting on that meek and quiet spirit, you know, putting that righteous spirit of the Lord on them. That was the manner in which the women of old did. That's how they adorned themselves. You understand what I'm saying? They adorned themselves with that type of spirit, and it's because they trusted in the Lord. That's why it says, for after this manner, in the old time, the holy women, meaning the women that decide to separate themselves from everybody else. The women that said, you know what, I don't want to be a city girl. I don't want to be a Nicki Minaj. I don't want to be a Cardi B. I want to dress myself up. I don't want to be a Christian rock. I'm going to dress myself up in a way where I can be pleasing to the Most High. That's how the women of old did. See, all you sisters, you want a traditional man. You want a man to come, you want a man that's gonna bust his ass 9 to 5 or 9 to 9. You understand what I'm saying? Work a 12-hour shifts, come home, provide, put food on the table, but you don't want to be a traditional woman. See, this is what a traditional woman is. You want to be a modern, independent woman. I want to do what I want to do, city girl. Have a hot girl summer, but you still want that traditional man that's going to go out there and, I'm talking about, slave to make sure this house has what it has. And it's not all about finances. When I mean provide, I'm talking about everything. Everything that a man's supposed to provide. You want a man to do everything that he's supposed to do, but you don't want to be that type of woman, the woman of old, that traditional woman, the woman of the scriptures, that ancient woman. You understand? I have to say it's ancient because you hardly ever see it nowadays. It's rare. They're in the UPK. That spirit is definitely coming upon our women in the school. You understand what I'm saying? But I mean, it is so ancient that you hardly ever see it in the world. You understand what I'm saying? And it's saying that this is the type of way that you're supposed to adorn yourself. It says, adorn themselves. Read.
I lost my.
After it says adorn themselves.
Adorn themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands.
Being in subjection to their own husbands. What does that mean? Meaning have no objections. You are to be ruled over by your husband. However vulgar that sounds to you, whatever your brain has came up with, that is the worst thing of the worst. That is what you're supposed to be. You are supposed to be subjected to your husband's rulership, whatever that means to you. You understand? Not whatever it means to you, but however you take it. But subjection means, and to let that man rule over you, to submit to that man fully. Don't have no objections when it comes to his rulership over you. Whatever he desires, that's what you should be. That's what you should do. Whatever he says, it goes. That's how the old women did it. They didn't do their own thing. They wasn't talking about I'm independent. I'm my own woman. I'm my own boss chick. They wasn't doing that. They did what their husbands told them to do. You understand what I'm saying? Keep going. And I know this may be a tough thing for y'all. I know, sisters, I know it may be a tough lesson, but this is what required of the Lord. This is not what is required of the I.S.U.P.K. It is what's required of the I.S.U.P.K, but it's through the Lord. So it's we just enforce what the Lord wants. That's it. We just here to enforce, like to teach you what the Lord wants, and to be like a battleground, like a training ground for when the kingdom come. That's all this is. We're not doing anything that the Lord don't want. We're not teaching anything that the Lord don't want. Everything that we say here in the I.S.U.P.K and the Commanded Journey of Honor is what the Lord wants. It's straight out the scriptures. So this ain't our individual desires. This is what the Most High wants. Keep going.
Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord.
Hold on, I got to start right there. I can't. We can't continue we can't just look over that. Read it one more time. I want you to read it slow and with some emphasis.
Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham.
First of all, it says, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham. Like, that's the first thing. Let's understand that. She obeyed her husband. Like, because when we say this word, it seems like this word is like a cuss word to some of you sisters. Obey. I'm not no slave. Obey. No, it's not. You're not a slave, sis. But you are in rule. Like, and just because you are to be subjected to your husband and submit to your husband doesn't mean the household is it doesn't mean it's oppression. You can have, like, I would love, like, with a man and a woman should be able to sit down and have cordial conversations where the man speaks, and while he speaks, of course, the woman should not speak. But then she'll have her turn to speak, and she can say how she feels. She can give input on things. And every brother run their household different. But it's nothing wrong with having a household where a woman has a lot of input. She needs to be beneficial to her husband. So let's say, I'll give an example. Let's say this brother has a business. Well, he's gonna need somebody to be, over here, maybe giving him business advice. And maybe this woman, maybe that's a strong suit. Let's say she got a bachelor's degree in business or something, you know, and he just getting into it. Well, she has so much value in that department where she can tell them, well, respectfully, honey, I see how you want to go with it, and that's not a bad idea. But maybe we could try it like this, and I foresee a possible, you know, this and that, and we can maximize the profit if we move like this. Well, that brother gonna look at it and be like, even if he be like, you know what, I see what you're talking about, and you know what, you're right, but let's try it like this anyway. Even if he do that, and you say, con out of one con, you know what I'm saying? Or yes, my Lord, like, you know, like Sarah did. You understand what I'm saying? You say, yes, my Lord, and you keep it moving. But he at least listened to your advice. And guess what? He might try it his way and things get all messed up. Then he gonna come back to you and he be like, you know what, baby, I was wrong. You know what I'm saying? The advice you, like, let's try it your way. Like, I tried it my way. It didn't quite work out. Let's try it your way. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there's always room for you to get your point across, but there's a way to do it. You have to do it while you're in subjection to your husband. Let me tell you something. There is nothing more powerful than a woman that is in subjection to her husband, talking to him all sweet and lovely, smelling good, looking good, because Lord knows our women are beautiful. You understand what I'm saying? You're smelling all good. You're talking to him. You're all in his ear with all that nice softness and your tone. You're not going to get your point across. Yeah. You're not going to get your point across like that. In fact, you are so unattractive when you do that. You done took your beauty and turned it into a super gremlin. You understand what I'm saying? You look like a damn super gremlin. You look like Melina without the mask. I don't know if y'all familiar with Mortal Kombat. Just look it up. If you're not familiar with Mortal Kombat, just look up Melina. When she had that mask on, she is the most beautiful, sweetest thing that you've ever saw. Then she take that mask off. She take that mask off. She turned straight into some of you sisters. Some of you sisters become Melina. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's not how you get your point across. You get your point across by being submissive and sweet and sexy and loving and peaceful, and you know, and you talking to him all sweet. How can he deny that? I don't care how mad he is. I'm speaking as a man. I'm giving you the game, sisters. I could be mad as hell and I got something nice and pretty and sweet, looking all good, smelling good, talking to me. It's okay, Adawan, I understand. I'm sorry that, you know, such and such and such. I'll be like, God damn, you know what, baby? Maybe I overreacted a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I overreacted a little bit. You know, you come on, bring your little sexy self over here. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna forget. I don't even know why I'm mad anymore. I just want you to come on over here so I can love on you. You understand what I'm saying? That's what the household needs. That's what we need sometimes. You got to understand, sis, we carry all of that aggression from outside, coming from out in hell. And we come home with that aggression. We ain't trying to take it out on you. But when you become a super gremlin, you're going to catch the wrath. But you're supposed to be that thing that balances us out. You're supposed to be that thing that takes that weight of the world and that stress and all of that thing, that stuff that we carry from, you know, being oppressed all day long. And when we come home, you are that thing that's supposed to take it away from us by being your natural, beautiful selves. That's it. If you want something, you know how to get it. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to work every single time, but I guarantee at least he going to consider it. If you just come so sweet and so nice and, you know, he's going to consider it. And maybe 7 to 8 out of 10 times, you're going to get it. You're going to get what you want. If you are such a wonderful blessing to that brother, if you're a virtuous woman, 10 out of 10 times, you're going to get what you want. But, you know, it starts with understanding how to be a natural woman, to put this spirit of the old women, the women of old, put that spirit on you. Like Sarah, it's okay to call your husband your Lord. Why wouldn't you call your husband your Lord? You call an officer, yes, sir. You say yes, sir, to an officer. You say, most likely, you say yes, sir, to your boss at work. You mean to tell me you can't say sir or Lord to the man that you gave your body to? The man that you decide to spend the rest of your life with? You can't call him Lord? Come on, sisters. Like you got to put your pride to the side. You got to put your pride to the side. You say, did you buy that horn on eBay? Well, I don't know where the horn came from, to be honest with you. That's irrelevant. But sisters, that's the type of spirit that you're supposed to have. And I'm telling you, not only is it the spirit that you're supposed to have, it's the spirit that's what's gonna make the relationship the bond. And we're gonna get on that. I'm gonna have to continue this next week when we talk about the sisters, but eventually I'm gonna talk about the household in general and marriage in general. What's gonna be good for the brothers, trust me, I'm gonna get on the brothers too. I always do. You understand what I'm saying? Because the brothers, I like to get on the sisters first, because the brothers gonna get it a little bit more harsh, because we are the reason why our women the way they are. We are the reason. We got to take full accountability. Because if we were the leaders that we supposed to be, and we were as strong as we supposed to be, then our women wouldn't feel like they have to be that. But we're going to get on that, no sweat. Well, right now, we getting on you women. You understand what I'm saying? This is correction that's much needed. I see the spirit that's floating around on the earth, and it's a horrible spirit that I see. And we have to renew the sisters. You got to renew that spirit that you, and I know deep down inside, you want to be righteous. You want to be sweet. You want to be submissive. You look at yourself in the mirror and you don't see yourself as a strong, manly, independent woman. That's not what you see. You see a very sweet, sexy, nice, pleasant, you understand what I'm saying? Pleasant woman. That's what you want to be. You understand what I'm saying? But you are letting those demons overtake you. And those demons are manly spirits. Like, you gotta understand, a demon is a male spirit. That's a male spirit on you, and it's causing you to be masculine. You understand what I'm saying? So, in Most High in Christ, Sister Jessica, she said, I needed this class tonight. Most High in Christ, you and a lot of our sisters need this class, because, and it's definitely not women bashing, because we love our sisters. I'm giving you the game so that my brothers that you got at home can, you know what I'm saying, have a better, like, y'all can have a better relationship. Because I guarantee you, if you take what you learn in this class and you apply it at home, man, that brother, listen, if that brother, if you do what you learn here and you apply that at home, and that brother is oppressing you and doing things that he's not supposed to do, you call us, man. You give a call to the I.S.U.P.K. and you get that brother in class, and we're gonna get that brother right. I guarantee you. You understand what I'm saying? But you keep doing what you're supposed to do, because the scriptures don't say only submit to your man if he's being a man. It says submit to your husbands. And guess what? That submission is gonna make him, like, even if he all rough and tough and he, not in the truth, eventually you go home to him, submitting to him, that brother gonna be like, well, goddamn, how can I be mean and evil to her when she's just so nice and sweet and just caring and loving and just a pleasant to be around? You understand what I'm saying? Like, how can a man be evil towards you? Like, so it starts with the sisters, man. Sisters, be that natural, loving woman that a man wants. And guess what? That man is going, that man, and no sweat. Hey, and listen, scissor, be single as long as you can, because when you decide to, give your body up, that's it. You understand what I'm saying? That's it. That'll be that for the rest of your life. You got to be with that man. So it's okay to get yourself together. Right now, you are doing the right thing, being in class, learning how to transform yourself and renew your spirit to be that sister that you're supposed to be, that righteous sister that served the Lord. So guess what? When you do get a husband, like you said, when it's time, you are going to be an outstanding wife to that man. You're going to be outstanding. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what we need. We need loving wives. If a brother wants more than one, he can have more than one. You understand what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. You just be who you are. You be the woman that he wants to come home to, regardless of wherever he's at and what he's doing. Long as he come to you, like, long as he wants to desire to be with you, even if it's not every night. He don't have to come be with you every night. If he got other women he got to tend to, he got to tend to those other women. But guess what? When he do come home to you, that brother is going to make sure you feel his presence. You're going to love it. You're going to enjoy every bit of that when that brother's there. I guarantee you. You understand what I'm saying? And guess what? The more sweeter you be, the more nicer you are, the more righteous you are, the more that brother's gonna want to be there. I'm giving you the game. The more nicer and sweeter and righteous that you are, the more he's gonna want to be around you. I don't know what I can only tell you. I can lead a horse to the water. I can't make you drink it. You understand what I'm saying? Let's finish out First Peter, and then we're gonna end it there, and we're gonna do a continuation next week. Go ahead. Where we at? Verse 6.
Verse 6, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well and are not afraid with any amazement.
Don't be afraid to be righteous. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable for that man. A lot of you sisters have your guard up. A lot of you sisters have been through a lot. You understand what I'm saying? You've been through a lot since a child. I understand. We understand. In I.S.U.P.K, we understand. That's why we have men that can counsel you. Whatever you've been through in life that make you hate men, you understand? We understand. We ain't gonna go into details right here. You know, that's what counsel is for. But we know that you done been through some trauma in life. We understand it. But that don't mean you treat that man that you married like give him hell just because of the things that you went through when you growing up. Because that man has been through things too. We all gone through things. We all got traumatization. We all got PTSD. You understand what I'm saying? We the same people that roamed the earth back then that went through captivity and went through hell. So it's the same path, the generational, the traumatization and PTSD, all of that is passed down through generations. So we all got trauma. You understand what I'm saying? That's no way to treat each other wrong just because we got trauma. If you, whatever you went through, you understand what I'm saying? Guess what? That you're supposed to be that sweet and nurturing woman to that man so that man could protect you from anything ever happening to you again. That man is going to make sure nothing, a fly won't even harm you. You understand? That's what it's supposed to be. And I'm telling you, I'm one of them type of men. Listen, I'm the type of husband, if you you have to make a man want to protect you. And I'm going to do my duty regardless. I'm going to protect you. I'm going to protect the household. I would die for my wives, my children, all of that. But there's a difference between doing it because it's my duty and doing it because I just want to do it. There's a big difference. I'm going to do it because it's my duty. But to want to do it, who just wants to give their life? Even Christ didn't want to die for the nation. Even Christ wept. You understand what I'm saying? Christ said, if what he said about the cup, if this get passed, what he say? I don't paraphrase it, but let this cup pass me. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he didn't want to die. Death is a horrible thing. But to want to die for that woman that you love, that's a beautiful thing. And the only way that's going to happen is if you're a beautiful thing to him in every way. Keep going. Hold on, before you read that. Most High in Christ, I don't know if Salakia, I'm not sure if man. That name, that's a tough name. I'm just gonna call you R. I'm not sure if you're a brother or sister Salakia, but Most High in Christ, the water, I appreciate that. Vlad, you said, hey, can I join Houston Israelites? First of all, I don't even know what that is. Houston Israelites. We the I.S.U.P.K under Command and Journey YAHANNA, the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge under Command and Journey YAHANNA. And this is I.S.U.P.K Houston. So yeah, if you are Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, then yeah, you can find us on ISUPK.com and get the number to the Houston school, and you can give that number a call if that's what you want to do. If you're Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian. And if you are not Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you can donate. You know, there's a button on there. You can click that button. Make sure you go ahead and donate. That's your contribution. You understand? That's you joining, and so to speak. All right. Go ahead and get what you got.
Likewise, ye husbands.
Now it's talking about the men. So we already went over the women. Now it's talking about the men. I didn't keep going. I'm not gonna keep going after 7 because but I do want to get this point in because it's very important. You understand what I'm saying? Read what you got.
Likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life, that your prayers be not hindered.
Yeah, this person obviously is a troll. I'm not gonna feed into it. It says, likewise, ye husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge. So, brothers, you got to understand something. You have to be patient. You have to be compassionate. You have to understand that, you know, our women have been through a lot of trauma. Our sisters have been through things in life, and it causes them to lash out at the people that they love and the people that they care about. And unfortunately, you are that people because you're there every day with her. You're there all the time. She don't have anybody else to really lash out at but you. And sometimes you have to be the brunt of that lashing because, you know, there's also other devices that are around and evil spirits that are around that provokes that sister to lash out at you. You understand what I'm saying? I got you. So what you got to do is be patient and understand that since there is evil spirits around that wants y'all two at odds, when she does get to acting like that, you know, you got to correct her. And sometimes you have to be very, 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 very austere in your correction. The level of austereness is to the level of wickedness that you're faced with. You understand? That demon on her, it could be so strong to where you have to up your level of correction in order to be able to cast that demon out. So, sisters, just understand that if he's a man of the Lord, and that man is coming with a very, very austere checking, if you will, it's because that demon on you is very, very austere too. And he has to not only match it, he has to surpass the energy of that demon in order to get it off you, sister. And he's doing that because he loves you. If a man that don't love you, he's not gonna correct you. He don't care. He's like, whatever, I don't even care. I don't care what you do. Because it's like, why is he gonna spend his time fighting that demon on you or helping you fight that demon? Now, key word, helping you fight that demon. You have to want that demon off you. You understand what I'm saying? You have to want that demon off you, and that brother is going to love you, and he's going to be, you know, understand that you're the weaker vessel. He's going to have patience with you and compassion, and he's going to try to help you fight that demon. But sisters, you got to want it. And if you get to the point where you always combative and always, you know, it's to the point where that brother can't help you fight that demon, he's just not going to be around you. He's just going to find a way to separate from you. No brother, no righteous man wants to be around wickedness, in period. So he's going to try to fight that demon as long as he can. And then if it gets to a point where it's just too much, he's just going to go ahead and dwell with the lions in the you know, or on the rooftop. He's just going to say, you know what, this is too much. I'll just go sleep on the rooftop. Or I'll just go sleep in the dungeon with the damn lions. You understand what I'm saying? Hold on. Go ahead, DeWar.
All right, mate. So I'm gonna be quick too, but I just had to touch on it because it was so heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Like how you brought everything full circle around, and like just how great it is when our house is in order, and like the women and men are fulfilling and providing each other with what they're supposed to bring to the table. Like, you know how you brought it up with the cocoa butter and the fried chicken. And you know what I'm saying? Like in the house just smelling great, and you come in, everything like that's heaven. And the same type of heaven women get by having a man that, like, you got a strong man that's protecting you, and he's being delicate with you and holding you, and he got, you know what I'm saying?
Right. That's giving you that security.
Giving you that security, right? Like you're not worried of somebody come to the door. He know how to handle them type of situation. He not just he got the certain discernment of the Lord, because the brothers here, like, we more than just warriors too. Like we, you know, the brothers have certain tactfulness and skills to diffuse situations before they even arise by just knowing how to play it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And everybody don't have that, but you got that, brother. And you should make him feel his best version of himself, so he can give you everything that you need, the best version. While, you know what I'm saying, while these other women in the world trying to tell you to be independent women, and they bumping boxes with other bras because they can't get no man, and you know what I'm saying, just doing whatever they got to. I just wanted to tap on that.
Damn right, give him a hand. Absolutely, that's damn right. You understand what I'm saying? Like, man, I mean, it's hard to even follow up after that, because that's exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, women got to understand something. You know, you are valuable. You are very valuable. You are very precious. So I understand it. I understand the mentality of saying, well, I'm a woman and he should value. Yes, a brother should value you if you are in your natural state. And guess what? You're going to value that man, that righteous priest and prophet of the Lord, because guess what? You're going to love being around him every minute. He's going to provide that safe haven for you, that sense of, I know I'm safe with him in his arms, you know, that feeling, that true, like, love is an action. Love is not what you think you feel, that little bubbly feeling when you're around that man. That's just your emotions. That's just, you know, enzymes in your brain. And, you know, it's like, it's no different from things that you enjoy. It's like your endorphins and receptors and all of that stuff. You know, it's science. I want to go into it because I'm not a science teacher, but y'all understand. But that's the feeling, the euphoricness of being around that man that provides that security for you. That's what you're going to feel when you're around that man, that righteous man. It's going to be euphoria. You understand what I'm saying? That's what you sisters desire. You desire that feeling. You desire that love, that security, that this man gonna protect me. Ain't nothing bad. Like the things that happened to me in my past is never gonna happen to me again with this man. This man loves me. He's gonna make sure I'm good. He's gonna, you know, provide me with leadership. He's gonna provide me with correction. He's gonna provide me with teaching me how to get closer to the Most High. He's gonna do everything for me. You understand what I'm saying? And ultimately, two things. He's going to lead you to the Most High. He's going to lead you to them chariots. You understand what I'm saying? Because without a man, without a righteous man, a priest and prophet of the Lord, that's not happening. Whether it be your husband or your camp leader. That's not going to happen without a man, though. You need a man that's going to teach you and show you and be that guide, if you will, to those chariots, to salvation. You understand? And also ultimately dying for you if need be. Like, those two things are priceless. And sisters, don't get me wrong, when you are in your right state of mind and your righteousness and your femininity, you are priceless. That's why the scripture says, who can find a virtuous woman? Because her price is far above rubies. And rubies are very rare. What's a diamond to a ruby? And your price will be far above that if you're a virtuous woman. Now, every sister don't have to be virtuous, but you could do a lot of things that are virtuous, and you could still be super valuable. You understand what I'm saying? That's what you should strive to be, you know. And I'm not going to go into the virtuous woman. If you want to, you can read Proverbs, I believe it's 30. You understand? Go into Proverbs 30, 31 or something like that. That's around who can find a virtuous woman. Read that, sisters. Read that for yourself. Go and study that. You know, that'll be homework. I'll give y'all that. Those of you sisters that's watching online, go read. Which one is it? Proverbs 31? Go read Proverbs 31. Start where it says, who can find a virtuous woman? You understand what I'm saying? Because that's where it begins. Now, you may not be able to check all those boxes that virtuous woman checked, but you can damn sure strive to do most of them. You understand what I'm saying? And I guarantee you become that woman or you become close to it, man, listen, man, you gonna listen, like that man is gonna value you beyond what you even thought that you could be valued. That man is gonna be the man. Like you listen, just you'll thank me later. All right, with that, let's finish off this scripture real quick, and then we're gonna end it.
Giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, and as being heirs together of the grace of life.
You see what I'm talking about? Everything that I just got through talking about, that secure, that woman valuing that man and that man valuing that woman, and y'all living together happily. Like, that's a real happily ever after story. That's real, like, you know, like, man, that's when you know you grab that woman, you hold that woman, that feeling that you get, you know you got something good in your arms, and vice versa, that when that man is holding you and you know you got something good in your arms, that is what this is, the grace of life. Being together, you know, like this is a wonderful thing. It just comes together, and all you feel is euphoria. That's the ultimate. That's what you want to feel. That's what I want to feel when I have my woman. I want to feel euphoric. You know what I'm saying? We don't do drugs in here. No, we don't do, you know, drugs and get high, and we don't do things like that. So guess what? My way of that, I want my woman to be that drug. You understand what I'm saying? That you feeling of euphoria that you used to get from getting high and stuff, I want to feel that with my woman. And the only way I'm gonna feel that is if you that righteous woman of the Lord, because that's what I want. A righteous man of the Lord is gonna desire a righteous woman of the Lord. It's only right. You understand? Go ahead and finish it off.
That your prayers be not hindered.
Yeah, that your prayers be not hindered, man. Y'all understand the point. Is there anything that any of y'all want to say before Officer Ram and Officer Dwoyala? Y'all got something y'all want to say before we close it out? You good? All right, man. Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna continue. It's a lot more precepts to go. You know what I'm saying? We might have on Wednesdays. I do slave, so I kind of get out of slavery late. But I do be wanting to teach my class, so you know what I'm saying. Y'all just gotta bear with me on Wednesdays. We probably start classes maybe around 8:20ish, 8:30ish. So y'all just be prepared for that. Other classes will start usually around 7 o'clock, 7:30. But on Wednesdays, just keep in mind, if I'm teaching the class and I have to slave, it'll be around 8:30. So y'all just stay, keep. Y'all should already have the bell notification clicked on anyway. So anytime we go live, you should already know we going live. But just expect the Wednesday law class to be a little late every Wednesday. I'm glad y'all here to bear with me. Most High in Christ. It says, where do I get a number for counsel? One of y'all type in Captain Yatazak number or Officer Gabo number. Huh? It's on Google. Officer Gabo number. Okay, so if you Google is I.S.U.P.K. Houston? Okay, we'll type that in the chat for the sister. We're gonna type in the chat for you, sister. I'm gonna tell you, and we're gonna type it in so you'll know. I.S.U.P.K. Houston on Google. That number that comes up for that, you can call that number and you can get counsel. All right. With that being said, we'll be back here, Lord willing, next Wednesday. You understand what I'm saying? To continue this off. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. Hopefully we keep it going. With that, make sure you pay your tithes to the men of the Lord, www.ISUPK144.com, or you can go to ISUPK.com and it should direct you to the new website. The new website again is www.ISUPK144.com. Click the donation link. Go ahead and pay your tithes. Your tithes is the law. 10% of any increase you give to the Lord, you give to the priests and prophets, you give to Commander General YAHANNA, because that brother is the hardest working brother in Israel. You understand? Not only is he the leader of us, of our nation, but he's the hardest working, man in Israel, man. So he deserves, you understand? He deserves to get that tithe money. And let me tell you something, with that tithe money, he makes sure that we have schools all the way from Texas all the way to Nicaragua to Brazil. What is Brazil? Where's the one that the new one? Haiti. We got Haiti. You understand what I'm saying? Mexico, Jamaica, Trinidad, Tobago. You understand? We everywhere, man. And the reason why we're everywhere is because Commander General YAHANNA takes that tithe money and make sure that we can build these schools and have the technology to be able to teach our people online and reach millions and millions of people that we wouldn't be able to reach otherwise. So that tithe money is needed to feed our people. We just went out to, get the brothers a hand, Most High in Christ, for the brothers that went out there to El Paso. You understand? Correlated I.S.U.P.K. Texas and El Paso. They correlated, man. We went and fed our people at the border, man. It's a tribe of Issachar and the other nation, the other northern kingdom, nations out there on the border needing food and water and clothing and essentials. You understand what I'm saying? We go out there and feed. Commander General YAHANNA did that. That's what Commander General YAHANNA do with the tithe money. You understand what I'm saying? So with that tithe money, it's very important. It's not, he's not like these other, fake people, you understand, taking double tithes and, feeding their own hunger and thirst and lust. You understand what I'm saying? Commander General YAHANNA could take the tithe money and do what he want to with it, because that's what the scriptures say. But he take the tithe money and make sure that we are fed and make sure we're clothed and make sure we have land and we have animals. So that way, when this nation falls, when our oppressor empire falls, the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians will have something. We can start the kingdom on our own because of a great leader like Commander General YAHANNA, and we appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Barakatah Yahweh, while Yahweh shot. You understand what I'm saying? So with that, make sure you pay those tithes. All right. With that, we're gonna stand. We're gonna give the brothers a courtesy salute, a majim, which means to stand. We're gonna give the brothers a courtesy salute. Are we gonna do the? Are we gonna do the? Yeah, go ahead and read them. We're gonna do the security announcements, Salakia. Y'all go ahead and. No, we're gonna do the security announcements. We haven't been able to do them. I haven't had no. Y'all go ahead and what's the word for BC? This Salakia. Yeshabia. Y'all go ahead and BC this Salakia. We're gonna do these security announcements real quick before we get up out of here.
I.S.U.P.K security announcement. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it.
Mm-hmm.
After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and the sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is a commandment from the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, means tenth in the Hebrew, Ma'asharah, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory.